This man told me, man, everything's going great, D. Other than my wife wanting to get a divorce. And I was like, what? Said, man, you've been married for like a number of years, 19 years to be exact. And don't y'all got like 3 kids? And with all of that, she still want to get a divorce. So, me understanding that there are 3 sides to a story. There's his side, there's her side, and somewhere in the middle lies the truth. So I sat back and I listened because it was clear that this man wanted to vent a little bit, because oftentimes, you see, men don't have support groups. We don't have girlfriends or guy friends that we can talk to. Men oftentimes struggle in silence. And we understand that for us to go file for a divorce, when a man files for a divorce, that means that life with his wife is so terrible that it's unbearable.
That's facts. Because most guys, do you know how many guys are in sexless marriages? Do you know how many guys even find out that their kids, the kids they thought belonged to them, are not theirs, but they still stay in the marriage? Do you know how many guys are in unhappy marriages, but they still stay married? Do you know how many guys find out the wife is cheating, but they still go out there, work, and still pay the bills to this day? So by that, he's right. By the time a man files for divorce, because guys, the divorce statistics is 70-80%, initiated by a woman. So the other percentages of 40 or maybe 30% or 20% initiated by men, those guys must have been to a breaking point. Because usually the married man, if he doesn't have, like he said, if he doesn't have close friends he can talk to, he usually keeps it in for all those years. But the woman usually tells her sisters, his family, the in-laws and stuff like that, and they always take her side because the man just says it is what it is.
The Bible says it's better to sleep on the roof than to be in a house with an unruly woman. So we often find that men have no one to talk to. So I wanted to be this man's ear. I wanted to lend him an ear to let him vent. Mm-hmm. And in listening to this good dude, he says that, I asked myself, well, what is it what's the reason that she giving? Well, one was, oh, well, you don't make me feel pretty. Another was, well, you don't really help around the house. Another was, we don't go on vacation. So, but here's the thing though. This man has built a successful business in a part of my town that is very affluent. And he's not just built the business, his business is he founded the business, he nurtured the business, and he has grown the business, and the business is thriving. So the fact that he don't do anything around the house, well, what does that mean? Laundry, why, cook, clean, cut the grass. Well, that wasn't the case because realistically, he taking care, the bills, he taking care of all the things that a man needs to do as part of his requirement of being a real man and a husband. And not only that, he still has to make sure that his business is running. Because you got to understand, when you have a business, if your business is not doing well, you don't eat. You don't eat, the bills don't get paid. And if the bills don't get paid, people sending letters to your house saying that if you don't pay the bill, we're going to foreclose on your house. If you don't pay your light bill, we're going to shut your lights off. If you don't pay your water bill, we're going to shut your water off. So unlike his wife, who has a job that she works And she works in the medical field, so I'm not gonna go too much into it. But she made good money. But even with that, still not enough for her. So as I went on to listen, I also discovered that when this woman is off, his wife, instead of her spending time with her husband and their children, she out running the streets with her single girlfriends.
So I can guarantee you those single girlfriends are the ones that were talking crazy in her ear to make her divorce her husband after 19 years. Because sometimes they get so jealous of the friend being in a successful relationship for that long. And like they say, misery loves company. So I kid you not, I would not be shocked if those single friends convinced this woman to leave her husband after 19 years. Now they're all going to be single together, miserable together.
Instead of being at home and being a productive wife, she running the streets with her single girlfriends. So you don't think you don't think that has a little bit to do with it, ma'am? The fact that you've been married for 19 years, the fact that you the only one in the group that's married. But I can tell you what happened. Like I told him, her single friends done got in her ear. Girl, you can do better. You can do better. Why are you putting up with that? And to add insult to injury, his wife had the audacity to say that, well, I feel like I never had an opportunity to experience life. I got married and had kids. Well, ma'am, that was a choice. Nobody held a gun to your head. Nobody twisted your arm behind your back and said, you got to do this. You chose to do this. So now that you done been with this man all these many years, y'all got 3 kids, the kids almost grown out the house. Now you choose that now you want to live a hot girl life. Now you want to be single.
Yeah, but I don't think the grass is always greener on the other side, especially at that age. And she didn't say the guy cheated. She's complaining about things people can have conversations about. She's claiming he didn't help her clean or make her feel beautiful or whatever. We all know that when most people get into relationships, they let themselves go. They stop looking good. They stop, putting their best foot forward to stay attractive to their partners. But to just end a 19-year marriage because of something petty like that, it's crazy. Now, obviously, there are two sides to it, to every story. We don't know her exact story. We only know what this guy is saying. But from the outside looking in, she has single friends and she claims she missed out on whatever life it is. Maybe when she hangs out with the single friends, she sees them changing man to man, now switching from man to man, and now they've influenced her to go back to the streets.
But as I told this good gentleman, I said, I have a message for your wife. And the message is this. The dating market is cruel nowadays.
Yep, it is.
Yeah. I say, man, I don't know what your wife look like. But if she can stand to lose some weight and she barely a 5 or 6, the only thing she getting is some pipe.
That's for sure.
If she get that. Because you got to understand, in them clubs that her and her girlfriends going to, it's other girls going to them clubs too, but they younger. They're in their 20s and their 30s. No kids. That's your competition. And this dream that her girlfriends has sold her convinced her to throw away her marriage on some BS. I guarantee you, the chicken's going to come home to roost.
And I can guarantee you, they have been feeding her BS for the longest time. Because I don't think this was a one time thing that she just woke up, her girlfriends told her leave the husband. I think over time she has been complaining to the girlfriends Today he did this, yesterday he did this, 2 weeks ago he did this, he didn't do this, ABCD. She's been complaining to them about how bad the husband is. So they're like, you know what? Oh, yeah, we got one. Just leave him join us in our single life. Let's go back to the streets. But he's absolutely right. The older you get, for both men and women, now, men, if you have some money, maybe it may be easier for you. But the dating market is crazy, worse than it was 20 years ago, especially with social media and everyone with weird standards. You guys have seen all the videos I react to. So I don't know what she thinks she's going to expect out there, because I'm sure she's going to still expect the kind of Prince Charming, 6 foot tall, rich guy in shape, the same way she wanted 30 years ago before she got married. But she's going to get a rude awakening, that's for sure.
Because when she get out there and finally get her little divorce and find that there ain't nobody out there but some hard pipe and bubble gum, and unfortunately, they always seem to be out of bubble gum. I don't understand what's going on. Ain't no bubble gum to be found nowhere. But they got plenty of pipe for you.
Yep.
And when you discover that these men are going to cycle through you like the roller coaster at your local park, amusement park, or fairground, and everybody take a turn, but nobody want to pour into you, it is only then that reality is going to set in. I felt so bad for this guy because, it's not like we buddies and we hang out, but he's a good dude. He always was kind. He's humble. He's always very polite to the customers. And although I am older than him, he's always treated me with respect, regardless of what my age. Because I've seen him be very polite and humble to customers that was well younger than he was. So that's just part of being a good business owner. But I felt bad for him in the sense that, what do men do when we know that more times than not, women are the ones that file for divorce? And it's not because they've been abused. It's not because they're being mistreated. It's because they tired of getting the same pipe. They done got bored with getting the same pipe. They done got bored with just being a housewife. No, now they want to be single, sampling all these pipes. And instead of just saying that, you want to gaslight this man and tell him, oh, well, you don't make me feel pretty. Well, what does that mean, ma'am? What does that mean? Ma'am, he's not responsible for your happiness. If you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, and when you look in the mirror, and if you don't tell yourself that I'm beautiful, I don't feel pretty, well, guess what? That's your problem, not his.
Yeah, because no matter how many times it says you're beautiful, you look good, but you don't feel it, or you don't work towards, making yourself feel good or looking good, it doesn't matter. So that's why I was saying, if that is true and that's what she really gave him the reasons for divorce, it's all BS. Because even when she goes out on the dating streets, she's not going to find a man who's going to tell her she's pretty every single day. Yeah, he may do it in the beginning. And like he said, after he lays the pipe, that's it. No more you're beautiful, pretty every single day. Especially as people get older, who wants to be gi- given compliments and fishing for compliments every single day? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, people have to be comfortable with who they are, you know. But hey, what do I know? All I know is this is another testament to the fact that marriages are going down the drain. And these guys just lost a 19-year-old marriage. That's crazy. But anyway, what do you guys think? I'll link down below this guy's video and channel.